Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Dev Sports Cards SCSRA National Series. Tonight, these Xfinity cars will be taking on Atlanta for 100 laps of racing action. I'll be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman-Weiss, and I'm excited to call all the racing action here tonight again on Intensity Broadcasting. Last week, we were at a road course. In fact, we were at the Charlotte Roval, and we saw Cody Moore get his first win of the season, dominating. He led 27 of the 30 laps, with the only other driver to lead laps. It was second place Daniel Michel, who led 3. So, Cody Moore, Daniel Michel first and second. Then we saw a newcomer, Michael Rossenberger, finish third. Brian Newty took fourth, and Devin Bucciano ended up finishing fifth. So after our third race of the season, Brian Newty is leading the point standings, taking the point standings lead from Colin Willems, and he now has a 2-point lead over second place in points, Colin Willems. Third in points is Devin Bucciano. Fourth is Cody Moore, and fifth is Eddie Morris, and like I said, only 2 points separate first and second. So whatever happens in tonight's event could greatly affect what happens in the point standings. And let me actually pull up, here's the more in-depth look at the point standings. I'm going to put the graphic on the screen here. And as you can see so far, we have 3 drivers that are locked in with a win, and that is Colin Willems, Cody Moore, and Zachary Cox. We'd also like to talk a little bit about the team standings. Right now, YXU Racing has had a phenomenal season with their drivers winning 2 out of the 3 races, and all of their drivers have gotten 8 top 10s in 9 starts. So that is absolutely incredible. We see Neon Racing second in the point standings. Third in the team standings, it's Cyclone Racing. Fourth is Intensity Racing. And then after dropping 2 spots, Maze Mafia Racing is now in 5th. So there's a look at all the different standings. We would like to thank the series sponsor. As you know, this is the Dev Sports Cards SCSRA National Series. And let's talk a little bit about Dev Sports Cards. Dev Sports Cards was established in 2013 by SCSRA driver and Neon Racing team owner Devin Bucciano. Dev Sports Cards specializes in all your sports cards and gaming cards needs. From football, baseball, and basketball cards to Pokemon, Dev Sports Cards sells it all. On their eBay store, you can find a wide variety of items, from high-end sports cards to their weekly 99-cent starting bid 7-day auctions. Don't have time to sell your own cards? Reach out to Devin and ask about his consignment services. Simply package them up, ship them out, and Devin will get them listed, sold, and then the best part, you get paid. Dev Sports Cards can be found on eBay. They have 4,000 plus positive feedback. You can also find Dev Sports Cards on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Dev Sports Cards is a proud sponsor of the SCSRA series and Intensity Broadcasting. So once again, thank you so much to Dev Sports Cards for their continued support of the SCSRA. Shout out to owner Devin Bucciano, who is actually running very well here in practice, sitting second on the board. Stephen Black is going to have the fastest lap time as we exit practice, 31.43. Here we go. We are now getting set for qualifying. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time, and that best possible lap time will determine where that driver will start during the race. There we see Michael Proval exiting the pits. Right now, Michael Proval, if the playoff started, he would be eligible. He hasn't had the best of seasons with only 1 top 10 this season, but Proval currently tied for 9th in points right now, so he's sitting with a top 10 in points, so looking pretty good for him. Here's Michael Provolt heading into turns 1 and 2. We see these drivers run about mid-corner and then dropping down to the bottom right as they exit the turn in 1 and 2. Let's see what happens here in 3 and 4. Yep, stays mid-corner through the center. And this time we see Provolt's going to stay there until the exit of the corner. And there we go. We see Daniel Michel to the top of the board with a 31.54. And that will put him 100th ahead of second. Oh, no, actually, as I was saying that, Brian Nudie goes to the top of the board. He ran a 31.41. That'll put him 100th faster than second place Devin Buchanel. Third is Daniel Michel, who ran a 31.54. That will put Michel a 10th off of Brian Nudie. So there's a big drop-off between second and third right now. Let's see if anybody can get between Michel and Buchanel's lap time. Here's Brian Nudie in the 40, currently sitting on the top of the board. Here's Sylvain Seguin. My apologies there. I left the standings back up. I apologize. Thanks for letting me know. There you can see the overlay now. Current standings. I apologize for that. Yep, I just left the point standings on screen. I apologize for that. It's off now. I apologize for that. We see so far nobody has been able to get in to the top of the board here. Brian Nudie has stayed there for most of qualifying. Here's one driver that could potentially end that, though. The 18 of Stephen Black. Black fastest in practice. Looking to try to carry that momentum on to qualifying. Here's Mark Shavers in the 6th machine so far this season. Mark Shavers has not gotten a top 5, not gotten a top 10, so Shavers looking to change that here tonight. We see Will Witt able to get to third with a 31.49, putting him 800ths behind first place Brian Nudie. Here's Cody Moore on track right now in that 52 machine. Cody won last week's race at the Roval. And, of course, the Roval, Atlanta, two very, very different tracks. One's a road course, one's a mile and oh, look at this! Nicholas Trader to the top of the board with a 31.37, putting him 300ths faster than second place Stephen Black. And I believe this is Nicholas Trader's first race in this series, so he's showing everybody that he is a fast driver right off the bat, running a lap time 300ths faster than second place Stephen Black. Here's Joe Wright in the 82 machine. Joe Wright has gotten one top 5 this season. Looking to try to get another tonight at Atlanta. And it looks like in the SCSRA, this month is the month of birthdays. First of all, yesterday was Brian Merle Jr.'s birthday, one of the drivers racing tonight. So happy birthday to Brian. And also today is actually Eddie Morris's birthday. So happy birthday to Eddie Morris as well. I hope both of them are having great days today. And hopefully we can maybe see one of them get a win tonight at Atlanta for their birthdays. That would be awesome. So one more time again, happy birthday yesterday to Brian Merle Jr. Happy birthday today to Eddie Morris. Here's Logan Hagerman on track right now in the 7 machine. Hagerman so far has had a rough start to the season. 0 top 5s, 0 top 10s. Looking to turn that around here tonight at Atlanta. And he's the number 7, and look where he ends up on the board. He is in 7th. He ran a 31.53, putting him a 10th behind first place Nicholas Trader. So Logan Hagerman looking good so far in qualifying. Let's see if he can improve on his second lap. He does not. So Logan Hagerman will stay in 7th for now. We still have 4 other drivers that still need to complete a qualifying lap time. One of them being Michael White in the 09 machine. Here he is coming off of turn number 4 onto the front stretch. White able to get to 13th. He ran a 31.57. Putting him 2 tenths behind first place Nicholas Trader. Blake Kinsley, another driver that needs to complete a lap time. Now, we do have a big intensity broadcasting announcement to make, and that is that this month, Intensity Broadcasting is turning 2 years old. Now, to celebrate our 2-year anniversary, all Intensity Broadcasting merchandise will be 20% off until the end of the month on our web store. So if you visit intensitybroadcasting.com right now and use code 2years at checkout, you will get the 20% off discount. So right now is the perfect time to buy Intensity Broadcasting merch. Again, from now until the end of the month, all Intensity Broadcasting merch will be 20% off on our web store as long as you use code 2years at checkout. And this is just to give back to our fans for all their support of us over these 2 years. Thank you all from our early followers to our most recent followers. Thank you for everybody that has supported us on this journey. And to give back to you all for 2 awesome years, we're giving 20% off. So, again, now is the perfect time to go get some Intensity Broadcasting merchandise. I'm sure you'll be able to find something that you like on there. We've got shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, stickers. So go check that out. See Cassie Williams on Facebook. Let's go Colin and the YXU boys. Those YXU drivers have had a great start to the season so far. Their drivers have won 66% of all races so far. And we'll look to see where some of them are right now in qualifying. Actually, qualifying is finishing right now. So here we go. We are now getting set for your feature event. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Starting on the pole in his first start in this series, and he ran a 31.367. It's the 56 of Nicholas Trader starting on the pole. Outside of him, it's the Premier Racing Setups number 18 machine of Stephen Black. Third is YXU Racing's Brian Nudie in the 40. Fourth is Neon Racing's Devin Butchino in the 68. And then rounding out your top 5, we have YXU Racing's Colin Willems in the 17. Then in 6th, we have iRacing's Will Witt in the 35. It's Intensity Racing Team's Logan Hagerman in 7th. 8th is Daniel Michel in the 26. 9th is Intensity Broadcasting Zone Joe Wright in the 82. And then rounding out your top 10, we have our winner at Texas, Zachary Cox, in the 51. 11th is last week's winner, Cody Moore, in the 52. 12th is Michael White in the 09. We see Blake Kinsley in 3rd. 4th is Nick Mather, and then rounding out your top 5, we have Drew Trader in the 25, also making his first start of the season. In 6th, it's Eddie Morris. 17th, Gannon Cyphers. 18th, Neon Racing's Derek Chaput in the 37. 19th is Craig Schroeder in the 4. And then rounding out your top 20, it's the Maze Mafia's Todd Mays. In 21st, it's DBC Sim Racing's David Hartney in the 43. 22nd is Dave Wright. 23rd, we have Bobby Mays. 24th, it is Dylan Redding, Neon Racing. In 25th, got another Neon Racing driver, Brian Merle Jr. in the 74. 26th is DBC Sim Racing's Michael Rosenberger. 27th is Eli Raposa in the 46. 28th is Intensity Broadcasting Zone Josh Hall in the 81. 29th is Cyclone Racing Sylvan Seguin in the 66. And round out your top 30, we have the 99 of Austin Blaylock. And 31st, we have 2 pedals, 1 clutches, Michael Provolt in the 99. 32nd is the Maze Mafia's Kyle Mays in the 55. 33rd is Mark Shavers. 34th is Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. And then last but not least, it is the 19 of Brandon White. We do want to give a shout out to Matthew Scott for the 200 stars donation. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Matt, for that donation. Hopefully you are enjoying the stream so far. And he says, go 2 pedals, 1 clutch. I know right now the 2 pedals, 1 clutch driver that is starting the farthest up is probably going to be Zachary Cox in that 10 car. Watch out for that 50, or in the 51 car, he's starting 10th. Watch out for him in that legendary Aquatics machine. Here we go, coming to the green flag out here at Atlanta, and the Peach State 150 is underway. There we see Nicholas Trader taking off. He's got Stephen Black right on his outside. Trader with the nose, but we see Stephen Black fighting on that outside at these 1.5 miles. The outside very, very strong. We see Black able to get by and to that first place spot. Oh, we see lots of cars going around into the infield, and that will bring out our first caution of tonight's event. We're not able to complete a lap. And let's take a look at exactly what happened in this incident. Here's the look. So we're watching Joe Wright. Oh, wow. So it looks like Joe pushes way up the track into that 52 machine of Cody Moore. That sends both of them around. Joe looks like he's going to end up hitting that inside safer barrier, damaging that front end of the 82. Looks like Cody Moore didn't hit anything, looks like. So that is good. We'll rewind that one more time just to give one more evaluation of that incident. As you can see, coming off the corner, Joe has those left side tires, and then, yeah, above the line, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. Yeah, just pushes up a little bit into that 52. Definitely unfortunate there for both of them, and already we're seeing some takers on pit road. Drew Trader, Joe Wright, Austin Blaylock, Michael Provolt, Eli Raposa, Josh Hall, Blake Kinsley, all on pit road right now. There we go. We see Austin Blaylock, the first driver off. I don't know what all they're doing on there. I think we see maybe some drivers topping off on fuel. I don't think you would want to take tires this early. But in our short green flag stint that we had, we saw Stephen Black got by Nicholas Trader on the outside, getting to the first place spot. Already, so far, looking at our hard charger of the race, that is the 55 machine of Kyle Mays. He started in the 32nd position. He is up to 22nd right now, and with all the incident, that happened, a lot of drivers got caught up in it. He was able to make it through up to the 22nd spot now, and he is looking to try to continue to just work his way up to the field. Lights on the pace car are off there. We saw Joe Wright barely made it off of pit road without going a lap down. So lights are off on the pace car, getting ready to go back green. Looks like Stephen Black is going to choose to restart on the outside, which means that Nicholas Trader will be restarting below him. Behind them, it's Willems, Nudie, two YXU Racing teammates side by side. So here we go. We were not able to complete a lap before the first caution flag came out. Hopefully we can do that on this next restart. And there we go. Pace car is in. And green flag back out here at Atlanta. There we see Stephen Black taking off side by side for second between Colin Willems, Nicholas Trader. We see Willems with the nose on that outside. We saw that outside is strong and what in the world is going on with our timing in scoring? There we go. We got it fixed. Something happened there. We got everything figured out. Looks like Colin Willems now gets to the second place spot. This outside very, very fast right now. Got a battle for third side by side between Nudie, Nicholas Trader. Trader with the nose on that outside. We know that outside is fast. We saw Stephen Black was fast up there. Brian Nudie was, Colin Willems was fast up there. And we see Trader holding his own on that outside. And there we go. We see Nudie's going to have to fall back in line behind that 56. So Nicholas Trader able to get clear. Look back up to the battle for the front between the 18 and 17 of Stephen Black and Colin Willems. We saw that time by Willems just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 31.51. That was 4/10 faster than what Nudie ran, or what Black ran. And there we go. We see Willems able to get under Black on the backstretch, looking low under him in turns 3 and 4. They are side by side. Willems with the nose as we come off the corner. Still side by side here on the front stretch. Black fighting back on the outside. That outside very, very strong right now. Stephen Black proving it right now. And he gets a great run coming off of turn number 2. And he is able to get clear. Now, the reason why that high side is maybe a little bit fast right now is because if you think about it, that high side is going to stretch the track out a little bit, and that high side, if you run that high side, that is the longest way around the track. So if it takes you longer around the track, that's going to allow you to build up more speed. So that is faster. You're running higher RPMs when you're running on that high side. Now, as the tires wear, you might not be able to run up there quite as much, but for now, with these tires really nice and fresh, these drivers are really going to benefit on running pretty close to that outside wall just because it is the longest way around the track. And we are 10 laps through this thing right now. Colin Willems trying to set up a pass on Stephen Black now. Colin Willems does have a win this season, but it was at a completely different style of track. That was at Daytona International Speedway, super speedway track, completely different to what we're doing tonight at Atlanta. So we know Willems knows how to get it done at those restrictor plate tracks, but does he know how to get it done at these intermediates? I know Willems raced with Black a lot. What's going through his head right now is he thinking, what have I done that's worked for me when trying to get by Steven? What has not worked for me? And what are Steven's tendencies? He's thinking back to all the races that he's ran with them, thinking, what is Black known for, and what are some of his tendencies that I could possibly use to my advantage? And also, Willems looking to see what line he's running, where he's braking, where he's lifting, where he's getting back into the gas. It's another thing that you want to try to use to their advantage. Now, it might not look like it, but these cars are absolutely flying on this track. Drivers hitting speeds from 185 to 190 miles per hour, which is very, very close to the speeds that these drivers hit on the super speedways. Now, these drivers are not full throttle, I don't believe, except for these drivers might be able to run full throttle like the first 2 laps with those fresh tires, and after that you have to lift a little bit. You see Nick Mather on Facebook says, let's go YXU Racing. Uh-oh, Nick Mather was running in this race. Looks like he's out. What happened, Nick? But speaking of YXU Racing, here's where everybody's at right now. Brian Nudie currently sitting in 4th, looking to try to get by Nicholas Trader. Colin Willems currently sitting in 2nd, trying to get by Stephen Black for this first place spot. Cody Moore currently running in 11th, just outside of the top 10. He got involved in our first caution of the race, so he kind of dropped to the back, trying to work his way back up to this field. Man, we're seeing some great racing here. This is the battle for 8th, I think. Wow. We see Will Witt currently running in the 7th place spot, trying to get by Daniel Michel for 6th. And looks like that is it for where all of the YXU Racing drivers are currently at. Every single YXU Racing driver is currently in the top 10. Oh, dang. I'm sorry to hear that, Nick. I know it's always the worst when, of course it feels bad when of course you feel bad when something that happens that is in your control, but when something out of your control happens, it does not feel good. So I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can get the connection fixed by next race. I know all the times that I've ran here, Atlanta's always been a fun track, so I could see where you were looking forward to it. I've always loved racing at Atlanta. Some of my best races have been here at Atlanta on iRacing at least. So this is a fun track, high speed. Like, again, I mentioned before, these drivers are hitting like super speedway speeds, 185 to 190 miles per hour. I mean, at a mile and a half, that is absolutely incredible. We got a battle going on for this 3rd place spot between Nicholas Trader and Brian Nudie. Nicholas started on the pole, lost his two spots to Black and Willems. Trying to make those up, but he's got Brian Nudie right behind him. Logan Hagerman, that 7 machine, he is there as well. Nick Mather says, at least it was under caution. Didn't cause anyone the issue. Sure is a fun track. Yeah, that is. You always got to try to find the bright side of situations. That is definitely the bright side right there. It probably would have been kind of hectic if it would have happened while we were under green flag conditions. So good thing that happened under yellow flag. And yeah, I gotta agree with you. This is a very, very fun track. It's a very racy track too. This track really encourages, and a lot of driving, and it's a very racy track. I don't really know how to describe it. And another cool thing about it is there's two different grooves. We've seen drivers perform well on the outside, run very well up against the wall, and then we've seen drivers run well on that bottom run and that yellow line. So it's really cool to see the two groove racing. We did see Hagerman looking low under Brian Nudie there, but we saw Brian Nudie able to get clear. But Logan Hagerman still right there. Hagerman right on the back bumper of that 40 machine. And we have another driver joining the party as well. That is the 26 of Daniel Michel. Michel had a great race last week at the Roval. Of course, this track completely different than the Roval, but still, Michel, it just shows, how good of a racer Michel is. And so far, he's having a great race tonight, running in the top 10 for a lot of tonight's event, and trying to get into the top 5 here if he can get by Logan Hagerman. So far, wow. That is incredible. So far, these drivers, we have already seen 2 seconds of tire fall off. Stephen Black's best lap time was a 31.55 last time by. He ran a 33.20. Colin Williams' best time is a 31.51. He ran last time by a 33.23. So we have seen almost 2 seconds of tire fall off. So I think this might mean that we might start seeing some drivers make their way onto pit road. I don't know what the strategy is here. I guess we are going to find out. We got Brian Nudie able to get under Logan Hagerman for the 4th place spot. Or actually, I guess it's Hagerman passing Nudie on the outside. That outside is fast right now, and he is able to get by Logan Hagerman to the 4th place spot right now. That high side, if you're trying to make the pass, that is the place to go. And with that pass, here's what the top 5 is currently looking like right now. Stephen Black sitting in 1st. Colin Williams right now in 2nd. 3rd place is currently Nicholas Trader. 4th place we have Logan Hagerman. And then rounding out your top 5, it is currently Nudie in that 40 machine. Nicholas Trader actually reeling in Colin Williams for this 2nd place spot that time by. Trader ran 0.2 faster than Colin Williams. 0.2 means a ton. So I don't know if Trader had just did a little bit better of a job at saving tires than Williams, but he is looking very fast right now. There we see he's looking to the outside. Or I don't know if Williams, something happened to him that might have slowed him down. But there we go. We see Trader able to get under the 17 machine. He's got the nose heading into 1 and 2 side by side, and he is able to get clear. Nicholas Trader now back to the 2nd place spot. Trader started on the pole, so he's not quite back to where he started, but he is 1 step closer. Now, Nicholas Trader, this is his first race of the season in this series, and so far he is really showing this series that he is a contender. He is a fast driver. Now, I'm not sure if he will be eligible for the playoffs because he has missed 3 races since he didn't participate in the first 3, but he's really showing the field that he is one to watch out for. He is a contender. Question is, will he get the win tonight? I know Drew Trader, another new driver, running in the field tonight. I don't know how Drew and Nicholas are related. I don't know if they're brothers or cousins or I don't know, or father, son, but both of them running in the race tonight. Both of them, it is their first race of the season. Drew not having quite as much success as Nicholas is. He's currently running in the 24th spot. So hopefully we maybe can see him work his way back up into the top 20. One driver who has just been marching his way up to the field is the 55 machine of Kyle Mays. Mays started in the 32nd spot, and he has been able to avoid the wrecks and make some smart moves. And here he is up to this 13th place spot now. Kyle Mays almost in the top 10. Nicholas Trader now has his eyes set on that 18 machine of Stephen Black. Oh wow, Trader reeling in Black fast. Here we see Trader going to the outside. We know that outside is extremely fast. There he is trying the crossover move there. He looked high, then there we go, now he's looking back low. We see some smoke. Looks like there's a car around. That's Michael Proval in the 95. I don't know what happened to him, but so far, 2 out of the 3 2 pedals 1 clutch drivers having very, very rough races. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence currently running in that 20, and looks like something happened. Looks like, there we go. Looks like something happened to Daniel Michel. He was blinking or something, but we set our eyes back onto this battle for the lead between Stephen Black and Nicholas Trader. Trader, and oh, look at this. We see some green flag pit stops going on. Brian Nudie, Cody Moore, Derek Chaput, all of them coming in on lap number 34. Uh-oh. Looks like something happened to Chaput on his entry into the pits. I don't know if he was speeding. Hopefully not. So looks like Waxy Racing all coming in. I don't know if we'll see Willems and Witt come in this time by. We see Trader remaining on the back. And oh, there we go. We see Nicholas Trader looking low under Stephen Black as we head into 1 and 2. Trader right there on the rear quarter panel of that 18. Got more drivers coming in. Michael White, Bobby Mays, Mark Shavers, Michael Lawrence, Josh Hall, all of them coming into the pits. Question is, how long is leader Stephen Black going to stay out? He is trying his best to hold off the 56 of Nicholas Trader. Trader has tried looking high, he's tried looking low, but he cannot get past that 18 machine of Stephen Black. There we see Eli Raposa coming in now. That time by Trader, a 10th faster than Stephen Black. Got more drivers coming in. David Hartney, Michael Rosenberger, Dylan Redding, Dave Wright coming in. So that will leave 13 drivers that still need to come in. And there we go. We see Colin Willems heading into the pits now. Uh-oh. Looks like, I don't know if he was speeding there. It might have been close. Hopefully not, though. The battle continues for this first place spot between Stephen Black and Nicholas Trader. Trader looking to the high side of Stephen Black, trying to make something happen out there. Now, one disadvantage that Trader has is he is not used to running with these drivers. Trader, this is his first race running in the SCSRA National Series. So, oh, there we see one drive with fresh tires flying by your leaders. That is Austin Blaylock. He's going to get one of his laps back. Still down a lap, though. And there we go. We see making it 3 wide. As there goes Josh Hall getting his lap, one of his laps back. Trader looking to the high side of Stephen Black. He just cannot get by that 18 machine. Now, it does look like they're both running right now identical lap times. So that could definitely be the case. You have to be a little bit faster than somebody if you were going to... And looks like we see Black going all the way down to the bottom of the track. I think he is signaling that he will be coming in this time by. Yes, he does. There we go. We see Stephen Black. Oh, looks like he's... Oh, no! Stephen Black misses his pits. Well, he misses the entry of pit road altogether. We see as he was entering the pits, we see some smoke. Looks like he might have slammed on the brakes and that just upset the car. And after that, there was really no getting onto pit road. So he is going to have to wait another lap before he comes in. See, Daniel Mitchell came in. One driver who loved to see that is Nicholas Trader, as he is going to get to come in a lap earlier than Black. We see Will Witt coming in, Zachary Cox coming in. Now Stephen Black is able to come into the pits. That is definitely unfortunate there for Stephen Black. That incident right there on entry of pit road might have just, I don't know, hopefully that doesn't cost him the race, but we see right now Logan Hagerman will currently inherit the lead. He's got a hard-charging Eli Raposa reeling him in. Still, we have 6 drivers that still need to come in. Logan Hagerman, Devin Butchino, Craig Schroeder, Brian Merle Jr., Eddie Morris, and Sylvan Seguin. There we go. We see Raposa getting one of his laps back. Actually, from 28th on back, those drivers are 2 laps down or more. There we go. We see another driver coming in, Brian Merle Jr. in the 74, which will leave 5 drivers that still need to come in. One of those being Logan Hagerman, that's 7. He's got Kyle Mays right on his back bumper. Mays going to get his lap back, and Kyle Mays now back on the lead lap here. We see the 43 of David Hartney looking to the outside of Logan Hagerman. He is going to get his lap back. Here comes the 56 of Nicholas Trader getting his lap back. Daniel Mitchell getting his lap back. We see Austin Blaylock getting another one of his laps back. Sylvan Seguin, Craig Schroeder into the pits now, which will mean that 3 drivers are left that need to come in. That is Logan Hagerman and Devin Butchino. In fact, this time by Devin Butchino coming in now, which will leave 2. Eddie Morris and Logan Hagerman, and 2 Intensity Racing Team drivers. I don't know if they're in the same voice chat discussing strategy. But These two are staying out a very, very long time. The driver who looks like he won the pit cycle is Brian Newty in that 40 machine. Now, Brian Newty and Cody Moore both short pitted it, and looks like the strategy worked out better for one compared to the other, as Cody Moore has fallen to 32nd now. I don't know what happened to him. There we go. Eddie Morris is into the pits now, which will leave one last driver that needs to come in. Actually, two. Sylvain Seguin still needs to come in. There we go. Logan Hagerman is in now, which will mean... There we go. It looks like Sylvain Seguin coming in too, which will mean as everything cycles through, Brian Newty will be our new leader. And this will be the first time in tonight's event that Newty will be leading the field. Second place is Colin Willems. Third place, Michael White. Fourth, Nicholas Trader. Fifth, Daniel Michel right now. Actually, Colin Willems reeling in Brian Newty very quickly right now. That time by, let's see. That is very odd. Looks like Willems 6/10 faster than Brian Newty right now. I don't know if Willems came. Let's see. How different is that strategy? Willems has 4-lap fresher tires compared to Newty, and that sometimes can make all the difference. So Willems now to that first place spot. The fact that Newty was one of the drivers that short pitted it maybe just cost him the lead there. Colin Willems now to this lead, and we are currently halfway through this thing, and I think now is the time that we are going to turn up the volume, pump up the intensity. Here you'll get to see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. There you go. That is going to do it for Pump Up the Intensity. Hopefully you enjoyed us turning up the volume, but we look back now to the racing action while we were doing Pump Up the Intensity. Colin Willems remained our leader. And here's actually a look at our current top 5 with the driver details, we see Colin Willems currently sitting in first. Nicholas Trader right now in second. Third place currently sits Brian Nudie. Fourth place is Daniel Michel. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Michael White in the 09. We do want to one more time thank the series sponsor, Devs Sports Cards. Thank you to them for all their support. Dev Sports Cards was established in 2013 by SCSRA driver and Neon Racing team owner Devin Butchino. Dev Sports Cards specializes in all your sports cards and gaming cards needs, from football, baseball, and basketball cards to Pokemon. Dev Sports Cards sells it all. On their eBay store, you can find a wide variety of items, from high-end sports cards to their weekly 99-cent starting bid 7-day auctions. Don't have time to sell your own cards? Reach out to Devin and ask about his consignment services. All you have to do is simply package up your cards, ship them out. Devin will get them listed, sold, and then the best part, you get paid. Now, Dev Sports Cards can be found on eBay. They have 4,000 plus positive feedback. You can also find Dev Sports Cards on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, Dev Sports Cards is a proud sponsor of the SCSRA series and Intensity Broadcasting. So one more time, thank you to Devin Butchino and Dev Sports Cards for all their support of the league. It is greatly appreciated. Now remember, folks, we announced it earlier in the broadcast. This month is Intensity Broadcasting's 2-year anniversary month. And to celebrate our 2-year anniversary and to give back to our fans who have been with us for these past 2 years, all Intensity Broadcasting merchandise will be 20% off until the end of the month on our web store. All you simply have to do is visit intensitybroadcasting.com and use code 2YEARS at checkout, and you will get the discount, and you will be able to find something for everybody. We have shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, stickers, and so much more. And now is definitely the perfect time to get some Intensity Broadcasting merch. It's perfect for birthdays, Christmas. It's never too early to get Christmas gifts. So, again, just to give back to our fans, our people who have been with us for a while, or some of our new people, we want to give back to everybody for sticking with us for these 2 years, supporting us for these 2 years, and everything will be 20% off until the end of the month. So go pick yourself up some merch. Now watch out, Nicholas Trader reeling in Colin Willems very, very quickly. That time by, we saw Trader was about 900ths faster compared to Willems. We do have a battle going on for this 8th place spot. Stephen Black looking low under Kyle Mays for this 9th place spot. One of the fastest drivers probably on track right now is your 11th place driver, Logan Hagerman, who has the freshest tires out of the entire field. Hagerman running 33.08 last time by, which was the third fastest lap time out of the entire field. So he's got to be one to watch out for. And there we go. Nicholas Trader has finally caught up now to Colin Willems. Trader, oh no! Sylvan Seguin slipping, sliding around. He's able to say, we're 3 wide. It looks like the leaders have caught a gaggle of cars. We see 56 a Trader looking low under Colin Willems as we head coming off of turn number 4. Willems still has the nose on that outside. We've got like a huge pack of cars here. We see Willems extending that gap a little bit. We see Logan Hagerman right now with the nose over Kyle Mays. He is able to get clear now to that 9th place spot. Stephen Black in 8th. Logan Hagerman actually trying to get by Stephen Black for this 8th place spot. Hagerman about 4/10 faster. He takes it to the outside here. We continue to watch this battle for first between Colin Willems and Nicholas Trader. And you might be wondering, well, why are you just talking about them? Cody Moore's, and oh, we see a caution. Flag is out. Caution flag is out. It is now time for the Marco's Pizza Wreckage Rewind. All right, here's a look at what happened here. So we see Devin Bucciano riding side by side with Kyle Mays coming off of turn number 4. Ooh, looks like Kyle Mays comes down the track a little bit into that 68 machine, sending the 68 of Bucciano into the outside wall. Zachary Cox barely misses that wreck. We see Blake Hensley get some damage. But that is definitely unfortunate there for... And oh, look at this. Green flag pit stops going on right now. Yellow pit stops, excuse me. We got pit stops going on. The entire field pretty much coming in right now. Let's see. Whoever wins the race off of pit road will be in second, as Zachary Cox actually stayed out. Trader with that advantage. He has that first pit stall. And Daniel Michel will win the race off of pit road. Then it's Nicholas Trader. Or no, then it's Colin Williams. Then it's Nicholas Trader. Then it's Drew Trader. Wait. So it looks like we saw 2 drivers stay out. That is Zachary Cox and Drew Trader. So that is an interesting decision by both of them to stay out. Both of them have 23 and 63 lap tires. I don't know if either of them plan on coming in this time by, but I'm a bit concerned for Drew Trader, who is on 63 lap tires. There we go. We see he's coming in now. I was about to say. But Zachary Cox continues to stay out. We know Zachary Cox got a strategy win at another 1.5 miles. That was at Texas. He wasn't the fastest, but with his strategy, nobody else could beat him. Cox just had a great strategy. And although Stephen Black was one of the fastest drivers on the track, Zachary Cox still able to pull out that win, his first win of the SCSRA era. Cox trying to get his second win of the season here tonight. So far, this has been a great race. We've seen a lot of different leaders, and this really just shows how racy, how good of the racing is here at Atlanta. It's just, man, we've seen a lot of competitive racing, a lot of different faces up front. It's been very good. Lights on the pace car are out. We're getting ready to go back right in here. Zachary Cox restarting on the outside. Daniel Michel restarting on the bottom. And pretty much it's Zachary Cox versus every single driver with fresh tires. All right, we are getting ready to go back green here. So we got one driver on the outside with 23 lap tires, another driver on the bottom with brand spanking new tires. Let's see how this goes. Pace car is in. Green flag back out here. And looks like something happened on the restart. Daniel Michello just did not get the jump that he had wanted. So Zachary Cox will remain in this first place spot. Coming off of turn number 2, though, we see Nicholas Trader looking to his outside. Here we go through turns 3 and 4. Can Trader beat Cox off the corner? And there we go. He is able to get clear on the outside. Nicholas Trader to the first place spot. Here comes Nudie on the outside. He is able to get by Cox for second. Here comes Will Witt. He is able to get by Cox for third. So there we go. We see just how strong these fresh tires are. Will Witt now on the back bumper of his teammate Brian Nudie, trying to set up a pass. Now, we haven't really said Will Witt's name too much, but here he is running up in the top 5, having a great race. I know Will Witt had a huge jump in the point standings after his awesome performance at the Roval, getting a top 10. Will Witt gained 11 spots. He was 20th in points before the Roval. After, he is now tied for 9th. So Will Witt, definitely one to watch out for. Brian Nudie, actually, though, just ran his fastest lap time of the race as his personal best with a 31.51. So these drivers right now, anybody who took fresh tires is going to be very, very fast right now. So these drivers really need to take advantage of these fresh tires. Now is the time to make moves while the tires are fresh, while you have a lot of control over this car, while the car will go anywhere you want it to. And Nicholas Trader last time by just ran the fastest lap time of the entire race out of everybody with a 31.50. Your pole sitter, Nicholas Trader, looking very, very fast right now. Michael Rosenberger, Brian Merle Jr. both running their personal bests. They are currently in 9th and 10th right now. We see Colin Willems trying to get by Stephen Black for this fourth place spot. Look back up here to the front between this battle of Nicholas Trader and Brian Nudie. Again, one disadvantage that everybody has with Nicholas Trader is nobody's ever raced with him before. So they don't really know what he does. They don't know his tendencies, that kind of thing. So all of these drivers are learning and looking to see what all Nicholas Trader does just because it is his first race this season. They're kind of, sizing him up, seeing how he is. And so far in tonight's event, first race of the season for him, Nicholas Trader has proved that he is a contender. He has been fast all night long. He hasn't really led all night long, but still he's been very, very fast, and coming to 25 laps to go very, very soon. It's going to be looking like he's got a chance to win. Yep, 25 laps this time by. Trader definitely has a chance to win here. Now, Brian Nudie, he has been behind Nicholas Trader for quite some time now. And I know Nudi's probably watching to see what Trader's doing, where he's braking, where he's lifting, where he's getting back into the gas. And he's trying to use that to his advantage, looking at his line. Both of them, Trader and Nudi, that time I just ran pretty much identical lap times. So it's very, very difficult to get by someone if the two of you were running pretty much identical lap times that time by, though. Nope, still a little bit faster, but only by 0.03 of a second. Their lap times are still very, very close. Here's the look at the cockpit cam of Brian Nudi. Nudi looking high. Looks like he's running maybe a... Alright, looks like Nudi that time by able to come a little bit lower off the corner. Nudi, that time I was about 1/10 faster than Trader. Let's see how much faster he is this time by. Again, Nudi able to get it a little bit lower. That time by Trader was a little bit faster. This is going to be hard for Nudi to get by Trader here. We'll see what happens. These two have kind of been in a stalemate. I know Trader probably getting a little bit nervous looking in that rearview mirror and seeing that pink and white number 40 machine. But the thing is, the fastest drivers know that you can't mirror drive. You got to just focus on what you're doing. Run, look at what's in front of you. Don't get psyched out by looking in the mirror, and you should be fine. But it's been awesome to see, Nicholas Trader. This is his first race of the season in this series. I believe he got recruited into this series by Cody Moore. And he's been performing very, very well. Fast all race long. Drew Trader, again, I don't know how he's related to him, but I know two of them are related. Drew currently running in that 12th place spot. Coming to 18 laps to go. Here's a look at your current top 5. Nicholas Trader sitting in first. We see in second it is Brian Nudi. Then in third we have the 18 of Stephen Black. Fourth place right now it is Will Witt. And then we have a battle for fifth. We got Todd Mays on the bottom, Colin Willems on the top. So we continue to watch this battle for first between Nicholas Trader and Brian Nudi. We see Nudi that time. Looks like, speaking of Trader, Drew Trader just crashed. There he is right there, but looks like he's doing okay, so no harm, no foul, I guess. Looks like drivers coming up on some lap traffic. That's Dave Wright and the 84. And as we cross the line, it will be 15 laps to go. Time is running out for second place driver Brian Nudi to make something happen. And look who said, "Hey guys, I'm going to join the party." That is the 18 machine of Stephen Black. Looks like he has reeled in your leaders, and he's actually running a tenth faster than both of them. So watch out for this 18 machine. Although he is running in third, you might see him in first by the end of this race. Stephen Black, another driver who has been running fast all race long, running in the top 5 for a majority of tonight's event, leading laps. He's going to be one to watch out for in these closing laps. So right now you could throw a blanket over the top 3. Tight racing between all 3 drivers. Black all over the bumper of Nudie. He looks high, looks low, trying to set up the pass. And while these two are battling, that's going to slow both of them down and allow Nicholas Trader to extend his gap. Stephen Black trying to look low under Brian Nudie for the second place spot. Man, Black is right there on the back bumper of Nudie, looking to make a move. I know all throughout tonight's event we've seen that high side has actually been very, very strong. In fact, it's worked for Black before, but there we go. He's actually going to look low under Nudie as we head into turns 3 and 4. Black right there, side by side. Coming off of turn number 4. See, Black is going to beat Nudie off the corner there. Black has the nose as we head into 1 and 2. He is able to get clear now. Stephen Black to that second place spot. Brian Nudie falling to third now, and Stephen Black will set his eyes on your current first place driver, Nicholas Trader. As Trader crosses the line, it's going to be 10 laps to go here at Atlanta. Who will win the Peach State 150? Right now, field pretty spread out. I think now with 10 laps to go, the word give is out the window. I think we're going to see take for the rest of this race. This is going to be an aggressive final laps. Let's see what happens here. Actually, Nicholas Trader's gap over Stephen Black is extending as we head into 8 laps to go. This is not a good sign for that 18 machine. And right now they're running pretty much identical lap times, which is not... you really got to be running a little bit faster than the person ahead of you if you want to get by them. Black needs to find some sort of speed to get by this 56 machine. You have a battle going on for the 6th place spot between Michael Rosenberger, Colin Willems. Rosenberger surprised us last weekend at the Roval, getting his first top 3 in the SCSRA National Series history, and having a top 10 run tonight, looking to get to 6th by the end of this race. Another good performance for that 3 machine. Michael Rosenberger definitely in contention for the Rookie of the Year. Yes, there is Rookie of the Year awards. And I believe so far through this season, the leader of these Rookie of the Year awards has probably got to be Jeffrey Belk. He is currently tied for 7th in the point standings right now. He does not have a top 10. He does not have a top 5, but he has been consistent, and that's gotten him in that top 10 in points. Now, I will say Belk is not performing in tonight's event. So with the fact that he is missing a race, that is definitely going to cost him in the point standings a little bit. Of course, if there is a bye week, he might could just use the bye week for this week and come back strong next weekend. 4 laps to go now. Nicholas Trader in this 56 machine started on the pole, but lost the lead. Didn't really get back up to the front until after we saw our second caution of the race. Had a great restart, able to get by Zachary Cox for the lead, and has since then led every single lap after that. He's had Nudie on his back bumper. He's had Stephen Black trying to reel him in, but I don't know if he will be able to. 3 laps to go now onto the lap counter. 97 laps completed. About to be 2 laps to go now. Time is running out for Stephen Black. Your top 3 right now: Nicholas Trader, Stephen Black, Todd Mays. All of them do not have a win this season. So if one of these drivers wins, it will continue our streak of new winners. We see Drew Trader, YouTube, says Transcendent Motorsports making our name known with Nick in the lead. Nick is in the lead, and he is about to take the white flag. 1 lap to go here in the Peach State 150. Started on the pole, and now he is looking to end the race where he started. Heading in 1 and 2, has a 6/10 lead over second place Stephen Black. Looking good for that 56 machine on the backstretch. Has to make 2 more turns, and he will be the winner. Transcendent Motorsports certainly making a name for themselves. Coming off of turn number 4, Nicholas Trader will lead. He'll cross the line. Nicholas Trader will get his first win of the season, and here in the SCSRA National Series. What a race for the 56 machine. Nicholas Trader had not participated in any previous SCSRA National Series races. This is his first one. He gets in and he wins it. Wow, what a statement for that 56 machine. If these drivers didn't know him, now they do. Nicholas Trader, first win of the season. He will continue on the streak of unique winners. We have not had a repeat winner this season. There we go. Trader burning it down on the front stretch. He is your Peach State 150 winner. Nicholas Trader, very, very happy right now. Do want to give a shout out to Todd Mays, your third place finisher. Mays got his first top 5 of the season. So congratulations to him. So there we go. Now it is time for the driver interviews. We're going to start off by pulling in your third place finisher. It is Todd Mays from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. member of the Maze Mafia. Looks like he's not in the waiting room yet. We will wait till he gets in here. There we go. We got Todd Mays in the waiting room. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy? Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy? Looks like we do not have Todd Mays. We'll try to pull him in one more time. Let's see. Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy? Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy? Looks like... I don't know if this is an issue on my end, but I cannot hear you. So we can't really get Todd Mays. We'll try to pull him in later. Let's pull in your second place finisher, Stephen Black. Stephen, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, Atlee.
Okay. So it looks we were having some trouble with, I don't know if it was on my end. So it looks like we can hear you. Second place finisher here tonight at Atlanta. You had a fast Toyota here tonight. I know starting that second place spot, were able to get by Nicholas early on, led the first few laps. And then one thing that really kind of hurt you was when during green flag pit stops, when you initially tried to come in, you ended up missing pit road and had to take one more lap around, so that ended up hurting you a little bit. And after that, you were just trying to make your way back up, and then we saw that caution flag came out, and you were able to work your way back up to the field, eventually getting to that second place spot after getting by Nudie. And after that, you were just trying to chase Nicholas Trader, trying to chase him down, and you couldn't quite get to him. You ended up finishing 6/10 behind him, but both of y'all very, very fast. You just couldn't quite get by that 56 machine, but still solid performance here tonight. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
It was really tight on the track. I usually come here expecting it to be loose, and I didn't really run a lot of laps until tonight. So I was just trying to save enough tire, and I wasn't doing a very good job of it. And when I came down to pit, I just locked up the tires and just completely missed pit road, and I'm lucky I even got out of here with a second place finish, but so I'll take it. It was a heck of a time racing with Nicholas there during that first stint. I guess I should have gone back to the drawing board to see what I could have done differently. I was trail braking, doing a lot of other stuff, and just couldn't figure it out.
Now, it seems to be you are always very, very successful at these intermediate tracks. You perform well at Texas, performed well here tonight at Atlanta. I mean, what's the secret? I know it's high-speed racing, but you still are out of the gas a little bit. I know we saw the high line came into play a little bit as second groove. I mean, what's the key here at these intermediate tracks?
I think being able to be versatile. I mean, at Texas, the low line is where you want to be, and then the high line at Atlanta, and especially in turns 1 and 2, not as much 3 and 4, but the middle and the high line are pretty good, and just being able to save a little bit of tire and figure out where you need to pass people and how you need to pass them is probably the biggest thing.
Gotcha. Well, before we let you go, Steven, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to Cyclone. I know Blake had a pretty rough race, and Sylvan, I think he got caught up in that wreck in the beginning, and then I think Daniel came out with a top 10. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the results right now, but
he got 18th.
Oh, 18th. I knew it was up there somewhere, but I wasn't sure. But shout out to you for broadcasting, all the Intensity guys. Y'all put in a lot of work to broadcast all the races that you do every week. And shout out to Premier Racing Setups, Black 15, if you want to save 15% on a setup of your choice at premierracingsetups.com. And shout out to Grandma Hagerman and Cody Moore and Brian Nudie for running the league.
Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight, Black. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead now and try to pull in once again your third place finisher, Todd Mays. Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy? Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy? Looks like we are still having issues getting Todd. So he is? Oh. Let's see here. Let's try one more time. Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcasting room. Do you have a copy? Yep, we can't get him. So, guess we're going to have to move on now. Sorry about this. We are having some issues in the broadcasting room. It might have worked. Let's see. No, it still does. It still hasn't worked. We see. There we go. Looks like we got Todd, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy? No, he's still muted. So while we get this figured out, we'll move on to the winning interview. While we get this figured out, we'll pull in Nicholas Trader. Nicholas, this is Atlee in the broadcasting room. Do you have a copy? Nicholas, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy? Well, looks like we can't get... Sorry about this, folks. We're just having some technical difficulties right now. So something in our Discord is muting people. So I think we might have gotten the problem fixed. Todd, this is Atlee in the broad... Nope. So I am not... I might just have to... Alright,
Yeah.
I'm just going to join the waiting room here to do the interviews just to make everything easier. So, you got a copy, Todd?
I do. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I got you loud and clear. I think there was just some issues with the waiting room, so I'm just going to talk from here. So, first top 5 of the season for you. Ended up having a great race tonight. One of the biggest movers of the race. Started in 20th and got that podium. I know you weren't really up front too much, but we saw in that last stint after that second caution, you were really, really fast. Working your way up to the field. Were able to get by Nudie for third there at the finish. Couldn't quite get up there to Black and Trader, but still, those final few laps, you looked really, really fast. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event here at Atlanta?
Can you hear me? I did my best to try to just save the tires, and in the first 2/3 of the race, I didn't push the issue at all. After that last caution, I was probably 75-80% on my tires, so I knew I was doing good, so I just kind of hammered down that last third of the race.
Now, this is your first top 5 of the season. What do you think it is about Atlanta that really helped you get your first top 5?
I just searched the groove and found something that worked for me. I really wasn't that good in practice. I think I was about 10th or 12th fastest. But I just kept looking and kept searching and kind of run the Harvick line, you know, let off early and hug that white line in 3 and 4. And it actually worked pretty decent in 1 and 2 if you let off quick enough.
Well, you looked very, very fast there at the end, so whatever you found worked. Is there any sponsors or shout-outs before I let you go?
I just want to thank you, man. You do a good job, Intensity. Brian, for putting this on. He is first class in running the league. My Maze Mafia teammates, and most of all, my wife for letting me be a kid every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. First top 5 finish of the season. Have a great rest of your night, Todd.
Thanks, Atlee. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. And now we're going to talk to our winner. It is started on the pole. It is the 56 of Nicholas Trader. Nicholas, you got a copy?
What's up, bud?
Well, wow, great race for you tonight. I know you started on the pole, lost the lead early to Steven, and you were really running in second for most of that first stint, and we saw Steven end up missing the pit road entry, so that allowed you to come in before him, and after that, we saw you run about 10th or in the top 10 on that second stint. Then we saw that caution flag come out, able to come in, get fresh tires. Everybody was on the same strategy, and you were able to get by Zachary Cox, who was the only driver who had old tires on that restart, and took the lead and never looked back from there. I know Nudie was there on your back bumper for a little bit. Steven was trying to get back by you, but you were able to hold both of them off, and you ended up getting your first win of the season and your first race of the season. I mean, how's it feel?
Feels pretty good, actually. Coming in here, kind of low expectations for myself. It was kind of a last-minute deal. I have Cody Moore, Colin Williams, and Will Witt. We run with them in another league. They run for our team. So they gave us a little shout-out to try to come here and race. So the last second, I put together a little deal to hop in here, talk to Brian, and he allowed me to do it. So it was fun. A lot of nerve-wracking runs in there, but I had a blast with it.
No, yeah, like you mentioned, this is your first race of the season. Now, I know a lot of times, for me in real life, it's always difficult your first race of the season because you don't know, a lot of the drivers you haven't raced with, you don't really know their tendencies. So, I mean, how was it with the fact that you had never raced with any of these drivers?
Going into something like this, yeah, you never know. So my idea was to try to start up front and kind of stay out of the calamity that could ensue in the back. So obviously that was a good strategy on my part. I didn't expect to get the pole like I did. I really had no practice in this car prior to this session, so hopefully getting here and getting the pole, then stay out of the calamity behind me.
Well, you really made some noise here tonight in your first start. Is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Transcendent Design, that's the team me and my brother Drew run for. It's my brother Drew's company. Cody, Will, and Colin for giving me an idea to run over here. I want to thank them for that. Brian, who's the owner, for letting me come in here last second. You guys on the broadcast, I was listening to it while I was racing. I usually do on league races like this, and it was always intense seeing the good battles on there. And everybody in the league, I mean, it seemed fun, good clean racing for the most part. So the typical wrecks that you have every race, but no big deal. I had a blast with it.
Yeah, this is a really, really fun league. Glad to have you run in this league, and really good start to the season for you with a win. So congratulations on getting your first win of the season and your first start, Nicholas. Hopefully we'll get to interview a couple more times this season.
Yeah, I got to give one more shout out to one of our new sponsors. I hopped on board just a couple months ago, Pixel Source. They do all the designs. They help anything you see on our social media. The cars, we buy it from them. So anybody wants to get a good graphic design car to work on, Pixel Source.
Got you. Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight, Nicholas. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Thank you, bud.
Yep, thank you. All right, well, that is going to do it for tonight's event. One more time, congratulations to Nicholas Trader for getting the win. We'd like to thank, one more time, Dev Sports Cards for their support of the SCSRA series. Make sure to check them out on eBay. Go get yourself some sports cards or Pokemon cards. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. We are trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1,000 followers on Twitch. So check us out on there. Visit us on Twitter. We're trying to reach our goal of 100 followers on there. We are really only 20 followers off that goal, so go be one of our followers on Twitter. We drop polls on there all the time, interact with our viewers. It's a fun time, so check us out on Twitter. And then also make sure to visit our merchandise store intensitybroadcasting.com. There you can find shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, stickers, and so much more from your favorite broadcaster and all the amazing leagues that we broadcast. Make sure to check out the SCSRA collection, get an SCSRA t-shirt, an SCSRA sticker, or some SCSRA photo paper posters. And also remember, since this is Intensity Broadcasting's 2-year anniversary this month, all Intensity Broadcasting merchandise will be 20% off until the end of the month. So now is the perfect time to pick something up from our web store. As long as you use code 2years at checkout, you will get the 20% off discount. And this is just to show appreciation to all of our fans, new and old, that have helped support us over these 2 years. So again, now it's perfect time to get something from our web store. 20% off if you use code 2years at checkout when you purchase some Intensity Broadcasting merchandise on intensitybroadcasting.com. I'm Matt Lee Atman-Least on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.